a lot of people are wondering, since this guy Biden, he said he's an Biden-Bama Democrat, right? Who is Bama? So, okay, this is a joke. This is one of the three
You
jokes I
gotta
wrote.
when you gotta tell people it's a joke.
I know I ruin it all by like saying I wrote this joke. So Obama, the Obama administration, right? So Joe Biden was VP, Vice President. So, oh my God, I don't even know how to start. I'm trying to be woke, but at the same time, there was a lot of bad policies that Obama implemented. He's the first black president, so he's very important in terms of the historical milestone. Very important to people of color to be represented in the highest office. But, we do have to look at his record, his policies, unfortunately. So, after the financial crisis, so this is right at the beginning of the Obama administration, the transfer between Bush to Obama was like when the financial crisis was happening. So actually, the economic policies that Obama implemented contributed to like this historic destruction of black wealth in the U.S. And I know it sounds kind of like offensive that the first black president implemented policies that destroyed black wealth. So I'm gonna put a link to the this entire report from the People's Policy Project, so y'all can read that. And once again, these are not. I'm not being fair. I'm talking about the negative aspects of both Biden and Obama because you're going to hear the positive things from any, like CNN or not Fox, but MSNBC. So these are just like the things we have to think about, detrimental aspects of the Obama years. He deported more immigrants than any other administration in history. Uh,
Wait. Okay, here I'll introduce this part.
okay,
Um, so I actually read something recently that was talking about how, Trump is giving, or especially, in the earlier years of his presidency, he was giving all this shit to the Obama administration, saying like, there's these kids in these cages, but I didn't build these cages, Obama did, and like,
yeah.
is he telling the truth or like what's going on with that?
So yeah, that is true. Snopes is a good source. It actually is a good source for figuring out if claims are true. It's not like I have my qualms with some of these, like PolitiFact and all that. But yeah, so the Obama administration did build the cages, use them to detain immigrant families. Um, some of the other shitty things here. Obama prosecuted more whistleblowers under the Espionage Act than all previous administrations combined. He conducted 10 times more drone strikes than George W. Bush. He killed countless civilians. Actually, there's an Intercept article that reveals that it's roughly 90% of those killed in drone strikes were civilians. Um, and this included actually three American citizens, including a 16-year-old boy. And this is like part of Obama's assassination program. So some other foreign
He
policy.
had an assassination program.
Yeah, yeah. There's a source to that. The Intercept, as well as um, there's a source, Amnesty International, for the three American citizens he killed. Yeah, we got to blow through these. Sorry,
Not good
you're just
stuff,
like, oh my
everyone.
God. So yeah, continuing with some foreign policy stuff, he helped overthrow the democratically elected Honduran government in 2009 and supported the subsequent right-wing regime. Uh, Obama helped overthrow the Ukrainian government in 2014 and supported the subsequent right-wing regime once again. And this time it included literal fascists, um, not hyperbole at all. So, like most notably, the Azov Battalion. This is a neo-Nazi militia of about 3,000 people, and it is now officially part of the Ukrainian military. You can look into more. I'm going to post a link to information about this, obviously, but Biden actually met with this neo-Nazi in Ukraine. I'm probably going to mispronounce his name, but it's Ole Tyanbach, something like that. So he was the co-founder of the Ukrainian Social National Party. He's been photographed Sieg hailing, doing the Nazi salute. He's a known anti-Semite. Um, so the Social National Party, I mean, obviously reminds you of something, right? but it was described as an extremist right-wing nationalist organization which emphasizes its identification with the ideology of German National Socialism, otherwise known as Nazism.
So Nazis,
So yeah, so Biden,
basically, is what you're saying.
yeah, so like Trump is a Nazi. Yeah, we know that. He's horrible, but Biden actually put Nazis in power in Ukraine. So think about that. There's this
Think
article.
about that before you go to sleep.
Yeah. No, there's this article. We can't get into all these details, but there's a really good article at The Nation magazine. It's about really some of the horrific neo-Nazi violence of this U.S.-backed military coup in Ukraine. So read about that. It's fun stuff. Yeah, Biden supports Nazis. Sorry, libs.
You
Move.
fucking
Okay, we gotta move on here. Okay, so the NSA under Obama spied on millions of American citizens without their knowledge or consent, and he actually expanded domestic surveillance powers merely days before Trump took office. So that's kind of this weird nether regions of American presidencies where between November and January, the next president has been elected. So Obama knew that Trump was the next president, and he fucking expanded domestic surveillance powers. That's interesting. I might skip some of these fucking things. I don't know. I'm gonna put sources to because you guys. I think people get the point.
It's yeah, it's highly concerning, and the
Yeah,
list goes on almost indefinitely.
yeah. I think I just want to mention since we were on the foreign policy, I should just mention Libya quick because, and there's also Syria, which this proxy war where the U.S. was funding terrorists with billions of dollars of weapons. I don't have to get into that, but I do want to mention Libya because it's like it's kind of like Obama's Iraq is what I would say. So like there was this NATO bombing campaign, and the Obama administration was kind of like leading the way. Hillary Clinton was kind of really at the helm of like pushing for this military aggression, and they actually armed Salafi jihadist terrorists as well. So Libya was previously in Africa. It was the country with the highest standard of living. They had universal health care, universal education, universal housing. So Gaddafi, he was a dictator. There were human rights abuses, but um, it was like a very prosperous country prior to this invasion. Just wanted to mention that. And so basically, the entire country is destroyed and it's overrun with terrorists and warlords and the illegal arms trade. And there's actually open air slave markets in Libya now. So this is just some stuff to consider. The pain and suffering and death and trauma that Obama and Biden inflicted on an entire country in Africa. Yeah, I don't know. So I know that was all that stuff was harsh, but it needed to be said.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
There you go. Facts don't care about your feelings,
We're just
folks.
we're gonna
You heard
co-opt
it.
that.
You heard it here, folks. Yeah.
You heard it from us second,
Can we get
but
sued for saying that? Is it like a registered trademark? I don't think they can do that for an
well,
entire
if that
sentence.
rude little rat dick tried to come to our house, we'd fight him.
There you go. There you go.